Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new reading channel. I am new to booktube slash authortube. This channel is going to be a little bit of both. My name's Carrie and we are here with our first TBR game of February. I did not do this game in January. In fact, I didn't make any I did play a TBR game in January, but I'll get on to that in a moment. But excuse me, we are here with a new one that I discovered after I'd already started on another TBR game, but I'm going to be actually doing about 4 or 5 because I am weird. You do not have to do this if you don't want to, but it seemed like it'd be fun. So this is The Two Libraries. This is obviously based on The Lord of the Rings. It is created by, I want to say it's, there we go. Library Uncovered. I'll put a link in the description below of the original creator of the game. But first, let's go ahead and start. Alright, so we're going to click this, and based on the results, we're going to pick a companion. So this person is going to accompany us on our journey. It's going to be Gimli. Alright, we're picking Gimli. Alright, so here it is. So what does Gimli do? Gimli digging deep. What is it? Point for books owned for more than 2 years. Plus 1 point for books owned. I don't understand that. I'm gonna be honest. I do not understand that. So we're gonna go ahead and roll. We got a 9. All right, we're off to a good start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Crap. All right, we're okay. So must go back. So anytime we land on these little black squares, we actually have to go back to the previous one or the beginning of the board, depending on where we are. All right, we're not off to a great start, but 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and now we have these cards. First one is A Great River Anduin. Read a paperback with a map. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna go hunt down a paperback with a map that I own. Alrighty, so the book that I found that matched our prompt is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. It is the first book in the Wheel of Time series. Now, from my understanding, this is a very long series. Yes, it is. Oh, look, there's more. Okay. I am in for a long haul. There are 14 books in this series, not including the little novellas. Oh, good lordy. So, I am in for a very long haul. So this is the edition that I have right here. It does have a map in it, and again, I would show you, but my webcam is not working, and I don't know why. It just keeps freezing on me. It is actually a really colorful map. It's actually very beautiful. So, this will be book 1 on my January TBR. Or my February. My apologies, my February TBR. Alright, so next. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You must continue a series. Alright, I'm gonna go hunt down a book that I have and see if I can continue a series with it. Alrighty, so the book that I found to continue this series is A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which is book 2 of the Cursebreaker series. I read the first one, which is A Curse of So Dark and Lonely, in 2020. I finished it in June of 13th, 2020. I think it took me 10 days. Let me mark all these as owned. Sorry, I'm still getting used to Storygraph. I rated it a 5 stars. It was really, really good. It is a Beauty and the Beast remake, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so this is the second book of it. So I'm really excited for that. Alright, so next we will go 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! Ah, we were so close! Alright, next. We only have 2 books on our TBR, so 12. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Ha, take that. Stupid black cards. Or spaces. Alright. Sting, read a short book under 300 pages. I don't know if I have a short book. Alright, I will be right back while I go look for a short book. Alrighty, so the book that I chose is Dumbledore, The Life and Life of Hogwarts' Renowned Headmaster, an unofficial exploration. It has 213? No, excuse me, let me go to the right. So it has about 195 pages. So that is definitely less than 300, I believe the prompt was. Let me take a look here. Under 300 pages. So yeah, it is definitely under 300 pages, so it falls under the correct category. Alright, so next. 3. 1, 2, 3. And Varda. Read a book with a positive word in the title. Huh. Alright. I will be right back. Alrighty, so the book that I chose for our prompt, let me pull it up here. Read a book with a positive word in the title is Between Wrath and Mercy. I chose it because mercy, I feel like mercy is positive. I really don't have a lot of books with some positive in the title, I have learned. I mean, and this is actually the edition that I have. It is absolutely gorgeous. I wish I could show you, like, the inside has a color of edition of what the characters look like. The back is also just absolutely gorgeous. It's foiled, which is why you see the colorful sheen on the picture of it, because like if I go to Goodreads here, you can see that it's right here instead of up top, and it is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so the next one that took me forever. All right, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God darn it! We were so close. We only have 4 books on the TBR though. I mean, like I've seen someone like 14, 15 books on their TBR, so 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. The Similarian. Read a nonfiction book. All right. Well, let me go hunt down a nonfiction book. That one will actually be easier because I have a number of nonfictions that I really want to read on my bookshelf. Alrighty, so my nonfiction book that I chose is called The Druids by Peter Beresford Ellis, I believe it says. So it's just, 300 some odd page book about druids. I'm actually writing a book to where one of the religions that I'm thinking of putting into it is going to be similar to the druids. So hopefully I will be able to get some information from that and jot some very helpful notes. On to the next one. Come on, do not be too 9. All right, and with that, we are finished. We made it. Pick a book as a reward. Alrighty, guys. So just to go over the TBR for February, according to the 2 libraries, the Lord of the Reeds 2, the 2 libraries, it is The Eye of the World, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, Dumbledore, Between Wrath and Mercy, and The Druids. Sorry, I kind of backed away from my microphone there. So I'm still continuing my January TBR, which is The Hobbit and A Day of Fallen Night. I'm actually really excited about it. I'm also have a club on Fable, which I will be selecting a romance book to kind of go with that. But after that, we are almost done with the Game of Thrones or the Song of Fire and Ice series. But next month we'll be choosing a romance-ish type novel because it's the month of romance, according to Hallmark or whoever created Valentine's Day or to mean romance and all that stuff. But yeah, so I honestly think, because I didn't pick another book, I feel like I should pick another book to kind of, Point for books owned for more than 2 years. Either way, it's a lot of fun. I actually had a blast doing this. I did not expect to have a digital version of the game. Oh, wait, what is this? The rule book. Hello, everyone. I finally got my webcam working halfway through this video. So technically for me, it's been like a few extra days. I wanted to record the last part of this video later, but I figured it's the 27th. I'm going to be starting on my February TBR soon, so I wanted to go ahead and just kind of, finish off the TBR because I do have other games that I do play. So let me load up those games real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the first game that I did was one called the Game of TBR, I believe she calls it. I'll again post the link to the creator of the game down below. She's playing with different rules this year, but I wanted to go ahead and kind of like give it a fresh go around. She doesn't have all the rules written down, so it was a little difficult to kind of... So the first thing we did, or I did, is I rolled a 1 through 10 because I don't have the spinner. So I rolled a 1 through 10 and I got a 1 through a 5. I can't remember exactly which one, which means I start here on the college start. So, and then I rolled again and I got a 10. So I went all the 10 to this one right here, which is the longest book on TBR. Now, technically it has a color, which apparently is adult horror, thriller, or mystery, and a POC author. I did not see this, again, because I was kind of watching her play the game to kind of get some of the rules down, and I didn't see this part right here with all the colors. I feel really embarrassed about that. But I chose my longest book on my TBR. So this is the book that I roll right here. It's The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm actually 7 hours and 15 minutes into listening to the audiobook because I do not physically own the book. Therefore, I have to listen to it in audio. It's a 47-hour book, and I don't speed up my audiobooks. I go through them at 1x speed, which means some of them can be very slow, which means I'm actually going to spend 47 hours of my life listening to this. I've already spent 7, and I've been reading it since the 24th. So I've been listening to it for 3 days. I don't listen to it a lot because it's not the book I want to focus on right now. I'm still focusing on the end of my January TBR, which is A Day of Fallen Night, which is this guy right here, A Day of Fallen Nights. My light does not, there we go. So this is the last of my January TBR, but as you can see, I'm not really that far into it. So it will hopefully be migrated over to where my February TBR. But for now, that is the end of my January TBR. So the next roll I did was like a 7. It was a higher roll, but if you know the game of life, you have these little stop signs here, which means I had to pull a career card. So I did a random number generator 1 through 9, and I got the superstar, which basically means I have to kind of pick a book that embodies this career card. That means I could, anything that has to do with stardom, the word star in it, things like that. So the book I chose is The Stardust Thief. As you can see, it has star in the title, therefore superstar, Stardust Thief. I don't really know too much about this book. I got it from Book of the Month, back when I was able to afford, the lovely, lovely Book of the Month subscription. So I'm actually really excited about that. I've been wanting to read that for so long. I'm super excited about it. So the next one I rolled, I believe was like a 4, because, let me get my mouse over here, I landed right here on Gifted Book. So the book I chose is Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. This is technically an omnibus of all the books. And yeah, I didn't know that when I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and pick this one, because this was the one I was actually most recently gifted by my cousin around Christmas time. So I will finishing even just one of the books, because my TBR is so long, finishing even just one of the books out of this will, in my mind, complete the prompt of a gifted book. And I had one more roll. I do like doing about 4 rolls on each of these games that are about a year long. So the last roll I got was like a 1. So I got this wheel. I don't know what this wheel is for. I suppose technically I could have rolled this and gotten the color. Unfortunately, I did not see the color thing. So I literally went to my Goodreads TBR, which has over 6,000 books on it. And I rolled a random number between the number that was on the TBR at the time and 1. I could not find the appropriate number to kind of go with it. So eventually I was like, you know what? I'm just going to look at the first page. I did, rolled the number. That's the pick I chose. The book of that one that I chose is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. I don't even recall ever hearing of this book, so how it ended up on my TBR, I have no clue. But it's the one that was randomly chosen, so therefore it's the one that I am going to be reading or listening to. It is only 17 hours versus the 47-hour long Count of Monte Cristo, so that'll be nice. Hopefully I get them all done before the end of the books, but we will see. So for my next game, this is actually the one I started about midway through January, so I'm actually very impressed as far as I got. Again, I'm going to roll 4 times, but I had 4 books chosen from this. Unfortunately, like I said, The Day of Fallen Night, I don't see me finishing it in the next 4 days. You never know. I mean, that is the book I am like primarily focused on. When I'm sitting down and reading, that is the one I'm listening to, or not listening to, but that is the one I am currently reading. So, again, sorry, I'm messing with my phone that is literally sitting right in front of me. I need to turn that down. You never know. I could finish it. I don't think I will, which is why it is not currently on here, because I only put my completed books on here. So the first things first, I ended here on The Hobbit. I actually just finished that a few nights ago. Alrighty, so here we are. I'm going to go ahead and roll a 6-sided dice here. So we got 3. 1, 2, 3. So this right here, I believe, is a character card. Alright, so here we are with a number generator. There's 41 character cards, so I don't know how well you can see this, but I have it right here, 1 to 41. And we got number 30. So, right here. Read a book with an element in the title or on the cover. Actually, I already have one on the TBR from the Lord of the Reeds. Ah, thank God. Let me pull it out real quick. Okay. Technically, the book I was thinking of doesn't have an element in the title, but the next book in the trilogy, Ice Like Fire, not only has 1, but it has 2. So super excited about that. Alrighty, on to the next roll. So we are here. 2. 1, 2. No. So if you know, the Game of Thrones series, be it TV show or book series, you'll know that they have a very popular saying about the ravens, dark wings, dark words. That is what this symbol is right here. Type in 17, see which one I'm getting. Number 3. Dark wings, dark words. Read a not so anticipated book. I don't have any on my TBR that's not so anticipated. Let me be right back. Let me see if there's one on my bookshelf that is not so anticipated. Alrighty, so for my not so anticipated book, I chose one that it really isn't anticipated. I got it off of a whim going, I'm curious, and it was at a thrift store, so it was like $1. And that is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Which is funny because I'm actually reading Pride and Prejudice for a Fable book club this coming month. So we're going to read the original, beautiful, stunning Pride and Prejudice that I absolutely have no hate for. And then this guy, which is basically a fan fiction version of it by Seth Graham Smith. So, again, not looking forward to it, but that is kind of the point of the prompt. Alrighty, so we're gonna roll again. We are here. Got number 3. 1, 2, no! Battle card. So this is gonna be our battle card, which means it could go back all the way here. It could go back this way. It could go forward. I don't know. It's they're adding a bit of chaos into the game. And let's roll. Number 11. Right. Roll twice and find a book that fits. Roll twice and find a book that fits. So we're going to roll twice. 1, 2, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? Find a book that fits. So this is a location card. So do I have to... So I rolled twice, and it said... If I remember... Hold on, let me pull it up again. Roll twice and find a book that fits. So I have to find a book. I guess I'm going to limit this to my physical TBR, because if I don't, then I'll be able to find a book on my general TBR, because again, there's over 6,000 books on there. So, but that requires... Number 11... Read a classic. So I'm actually going to already be reading a classic of Pride and Prejudice next month. So I'm actually going to, because I found one, I'm listening to the card. Because I found one, I'm going to go ahead and move up 1, 2, 3. So that gives me a Stark. You see, House Stark is to reread a book. Again, I'm technically already going to be doing this with Pride and Prejudice. So I have House Stark covered with Pride and Prejudice. I love it when I can use my already existing TBR on my thing. So next, we're gonna roll again. Last roll of the Game of Tomes. We are here on Stark. Go up 3, 1, 2, 3. So we are here at this is a boat space. We can actually scurry on up to this, which is our Raven, but we don't have to do the prompt for this. We can roll again to receive another prompt. Again, the goal is to get to here, which is the Iron Throne. So we are here. We're so close. We are here. We are about halfway through the board. So that is actually pretty exciting. We are almost there, and the whole goal is just to finish it by the end of the year. And by the end of the year, then you can go, you're supposed to be able to reward yourself by like going on a book shopping spree. So, again, I'm not exactly sure if I did exactly correctly how you're supposed to play it. I'm going to go ahead and continue it with like this for now. But we only got 2 reads out of this one. Well, 3. Yeah, technically we only got 2. Which was Ice Like Fire and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Sorry, the light is like putting a glare on the book. Alright, so again, unfortunately, that's really all we got out of it. I kind of wish there were more. Maybe I can put Pride and Prejudice right here, but it's literally going from like here, here, here. It's going to look like I cheated horribly. But this one only said find. I don't know. So hopefully I did this correctly. But now off to the next game. This is the next game that I have, and it's called Paws and Bookshelves from TBR Thon, hosted by Leandra at the TBR Zone. Again, link down below. I've technically already started this one. I had already rolled, but I was unable to complete the prompt for it, so I'm gonna go do like a quick little, little restart. She only has... She does hers monthly, but I'm doing mine for the whole year just because I have so many games. I'm not really hyper fixating on one. So right now it's still one person on cover. I did a DNF this month, which I will post in another video, the next video, about my January wrap up. But one person on the cover, but I am currently reading one with a person on the cover, and that is Count of Monte Cristo. So Count of Monte Cristo will cover right here. So I am going to go ahead and actually make that disappear. And we're going to roll a d6, and we're going 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. TBR backlist. Whew. TBR backlist. Oh boy. All right. So I am interpreting the TBR backlist as being like the thing that's been on your TBR the longest. So I went by date added. There's Lady Smoke. Lady Smoke, which is a second book in the Ash Princess trilogy. I read the first one. Give me a moment to see if I can borrow it from the library. I have officially borrowed Lady Smoke by Laura Sebastian from my local library, or the library that I'm connected with. And that's gonna pop me up over here to mood read, so that was 1. That was just 1 roll. So let's go back here and we will roll again. We're here on mood read and going up to a book recommendation. All right, so the book that I chose was recommended to me by my mom, who does not read a lot. So, it's it's possibly going to be a good read if a person who doesn't read like ever is recommending it. And that is Outlander. So I borrowed the ebook because the audiobook is on backlog, I guess. I went ahead and I borrowed it. Technically, I could have just gone with the audiobook, placed a hold on it, that easy. But there's 14 people waiting, and I want to try and get it done by the end of the month. So we have the ebook. So the next one, that's rule number 2. I'm going to finish this in February at this point. Right here, roll. We have another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Timber. All right, so Timber. Uh-oh, you landed on a wobbly stack of books. Fall to the lowest rated. I did the lowest rated already for another thing, and I DNF'd it. But we are following the rules. So we're going to our average rating here on Goodreads, and we are looking for the lowest. This one is at the library. It's called The Golden Key by Marion Womack. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not gonna lie. So that seems interesting. But as we see, we go down to the ratings here. Right here, 2 stars. So I'm looking forward to it because it sounds like it's interesting. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, there have been some people, 32 people have rated it 5 stars. So that gives me some hope. But we'll see. I mean, it's definitely normally my kind of normal genre, you know, it's fantasy, it's my normal genre. But we'll see how that kind of goes. I feel like I have no need to roll the dice one more time, but we still technically have, wait, 1, 2, yeah, we still have 1 roll. Okay, there you go, finish, yay! If we can get through all of them, it means that we've won the thing, gotten all the way to the finish. But right now I am still right here with the 1 person on a cover with the Count of Monte Cristo. So that means the entire TBR of February, is going to be, we're going to start off with the Fable read, which is Pride and Prejudice. As you can see right there, it is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This is the one that was gifted to me by my grandfather. I guess technically I could have read that from my gifted one instead of the one over there, but I enjoyed this. This is for Fable. It's part of a book club that I'm in charge of. I will, if I can figure out how, I will post a link down below. From the Lord of the Reads, we have Aragon by Christopher Paloni. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So the next one would be The Eye of the World, which is the first one in the Wheel of Time series. A Heart So Fierce and Broken. Snow Like Ashes, which is the first book in its series. Then we have Dumbledore, which I believe, if I actually remember correctly, that was the one that Rita Skeeter actually wrote in the book. Between Wrath and Mercy. Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. We have my nonfiction, which is The Druids. And then you are apparently supposed to reward yourself with reading another book at the end. Or at least with a book. I'm going to choose it with reading a book, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to A Day of Fallen Knights to try and finish it off, because it actually is pretty interesting. From the game of TBR, The Lord of Tomes and the Paws and Bookshelves, we have, it got a little darker there, The Count of Monte Cristo. We have Stardust Thief. We have Court of the Vampire Queen. We have The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Sorry, I haven't memorized the title. For the Lord of the Tomes, we have Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and Ice and Fire. And then for the Paws and Bookshelves, we have Lady Smoke, Outlander, and The Golden Key. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, comment, rate, subscribe. I have another channel, which is a gaming channel. I'll post a link in the description below, as well as a link to every creator of all the games that I am playing, or at least those who are hosting it. So yeah, that should complete the February TBR. I will see you guys next time. Bye guys, happy reading.